Are we ready to battle? Let's go, let's go. So, last video, not the last one, but most recently did a video on the high proof single edge razor. Now, single edge being it uses half of a double edge. We're going to compare it with two other new razors out there. This is the new Maxwell June razor. Yeah, I said that right. Which takes a double-edged blade, and through the magic of this device, basically your razor sets down in here like so. The top of this is inside this piece being held, and you lay the double-edged blade see if I can get this in here. Trying to put stuff in the air without cutting my hand open. That goes across the top like that. And so what you're essentially doing with the with the cap held in your hand is you are pressing that into that, and what becomes is a twin cartridge razor. Really cool thing. I think it's absolutely a neat idea. I mean, first one I've ever seen like it, where you can make your own twin cartridges. If you are like an Astra or a Sensor 2 XL fan, it might be a thing for you, because even though those cartridges can be found for a relatively inexpensive price still, the price has got a whole lot less, if it works for you. Now, we're going to discuss the angles of these, how they're held, and everything else. That kind of intuitively goes right there. But we're only going to be shaving from like here, this area down, because I've already shaved with this top little area in another video. We're not going to be comparing the Mars razor, because one, I've only got so much real estate to work with, and two, I wasn't really sure what plate to use to keep it fair. I would say probably between a 5 and a 7, if you wanted to, but the Mars is a great razor. One of my favorites out there. As I was looking at some stuff the other day, and someone talking about, people that like everything they review. And so I try to be really objective of what I'm talking about, what I'm reviewing. Fortunately, I've liked a lot of what I've reviewed lately. I've said the angle is different to me, because where to cut you kind of come out like this, whereas like the high proof is kind of already set there for you. I can hold it more this way instead of this way, if that makes sense. That's not a deal breaker. It's just like a learning curve or something you have to be cognizant of whenever you're shaving, that sort of thing. I'm going to start lathering up. We've got a Jeff Anderson number 7 brush here. We're going to be lathering up on using Talent shave soap again. This is Vandal, or X-Vandal. I'm not quite sure. I'll show you the label here. You can read it how you wish. It's supposed to kind of smell like spray paint, so I'm more kind of curious about this. And actually, I meant to put a little pre-shave oil on there. Let's put some Shave Secret on there. Well, there's a bottle of cologne. All right. Now, when you're using Shave Secret, we sell this at our shop. You can get it at Walmart, what have you. Prefer you to come by it at our shop, what have you. But hey, shavesecret.com. All right, so wet your face. You want your hands wet. Try to keep a little puddle of water in there if you can. 3 to 5 drops. That's all. And rub that in. Really, that's all. It's good stuff. Bad reviews I've seen of it, people are using it improperly. All right. Now, I can shave with just this, and it's a great shave. Use it with your soap, cream. I don't care if you're using stuff in a can, what have you. I mean, we can argue the benefits and not that, but if you have something you like, try it with it, and it will just elevate it that much more. All right, so if you're using this, even by itself, what have you, and you need that second pass, or it's kind of dry, don't go back to the oil. A little splash of water, stretch it out. All right. So now let's get back to lathering this soap. And actually, I'm going to load my brush. Oh yeah, I need to show you this label. And we're going to lather in my new, well, not new, had it for a while, my Grunner pottery bowl. Look up Grunner pottery. They're all over Etsy and everything else. Guy's absolutely fantastic to work with. We custom designed this, made a few extras. I sell them at the shop. Everybody's got one, absolutely loves them. And I do split my time evenly between my Grunner Pottery and my Hendrix Classic shaving bowl as well. That simple stainless bowl just blows my mind how well it works. You have a little brush rest right there. Hold your stuff together. A little handle. Let's go to town. Let me get something for my hands here real quick. There we go. Oh, and I did start off with Farmhouse North exfoliating scrub, which is Bamboozle. Started that off on camera. It's a gentle exfoliant. And if you haven't tried some sort of exfoliating scrub before your shaves, try it. It changes things. So we did not do a hot shower today, but we did do exfoliating scrub and shave oil as preparatory. Excellent lather. I don't get much of a smell off that too much. Don't get too much smell off that. All right. So, let's let's start shaving. First up to the bat is going to be the leaf. This is the leaf Thorn. So it's a little more aggressive than the Twig. If you feel like the Twig probably been a better match level playing field, you're probably right, but it's not here, it's at the shop, and I'm not driving downtown to go get it. Great shade. Now we're using Persona blades, probably Med Prep, or not Med, Persona Blues. It was the ones that actually came in the high proof razor package. Persona, here's one right here, and I use them because it was the first ones I've had multiple of the same thing that were Persona Blues that were right there in front of me. It's the only reason we're using these. I mean, it's an absolutely wonderful shave. There's nothing. I love the, the feedback, the sound. Doing well. So, I want to discuss a couple things that I've seen and, I've made comments on and kind of explain what I've spoken about. First is how I've seen people hold, especially on this razor here. People are holding it like this. Like, you're putting so much extra pressure up here that I feel like, the magnets that are causing the spring action, well, that sucked, aren't really doing their job. Like your grandfather told you doing construction, don't choke up on the hammer. It's got a handle there for a reason. Engineers put a lot of thought and design in creating that handle. Use a handle. Now, I would see this a lot whenever, and there's always different schools of thought. If what you're doing isn't broken and it's working, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it is broken, not getting the results you like, maybe try some different techniques. This is one that I've always talked about. Like I said, it goes back to whenever I would teach people how to use a straight razor. Do more elongated strokes. You're keeping contact with the skin, because every time you up with a straight razor, what you're doing is you're resetting every time. So you're putting yourself more at risk for a cut, because as you come away from and back onto the skin of that razor, especially when you put speed on that, is a very good chance you're going to go this way. This is what causes the cuts. It's the same with a regular, handheld razor. Keep contact with that skin. There's no need to that. It doesn't, if you're having trouble. Now, if stuff like this is working for you, then go for it. But yeah, every time I raise up, I'm cutting, you know, I'm not doing so. Now, where that is more helpful is on a final pass where you're doing very light buffing. There's hardly any pressure held on the razor or anything else. You know, and like I said, I think a lot of that comes back to, you know, years of using straight razors, teaching people how to use them and everything else. Blades cut when they slice, not when they go down. But whenever you're, like I said, making that contact there again and again, you're going to have more chance to slice. Now, I'm getting more used to this razor. As soon as I pick it up, I'm going right into the angle it needs to have to cut. You know, I don't know if I said I was going to pick a winner in this battle or not, but good grief, there's no way I can. So this one probably feels more aggressive. But not by much. And maybe it's just more feedback. Right? It's got double blades and everything else, you know. It's a different feel. Of course, it's a different blade, different setup. We're not comparing apples to apples on this. So let's try to stick, you know, at least apples to, you know, red and green, Granny Smith, something else. Fiji or Fuji? Can't remember. I really don't like apples. I like cooked apples. These eating apples I'm not a fan of. More of a citrus person. Great lather. I haven't gone back to the bowl to get any of the ridges to bring it up or anything. Well, there's plenty in the brush there. Cream all over me. Alright, now we're going to switch sides of the face. We're just going to do high proof on this side. So, I also made a mention somewhere that I usually get better results, or really good results, when my beard is longer. In my first shave with this razor, my beard was longer. That was a day and a half, 2 days ago. So I was curious to see how well it was going to do with, you know, 1.5, 2 days growth, and it's doing great. Nope. Is one better than the other, man? So the high proof is easier to load, but the curse of that, it's also easier to unload in that you could lose that topic, go flying. It's falling, not really falling off, but it's, if I made a quick move, it hasn't fallen off just sitting there, but like trying to shake the water out, or earlier in the video I was doing something that fell off. Good grief, I don't even remember what I was doing earlier. It's crazy. You see another cool toy? Watch this. Not this. This is for the shop. It's an aftershave gun. I do like that the leaf will stand up on its end. Boom. UV light. Yeah, that's pretty cool, ain't it? Now the aftershave that's in there, oh, it smells like grape bubble gum or vape or something. It's called Perps Aftershave. That's right. I feel like I get a little better grip for my hand with the high proof. The shave is about the same. Like I have to kind of re-grip on this, kind of slipping around. It's almost like that bottom part is a little too fat in the wrong spot or something. I don't know. Now it's just, you know, kind of coming from one to the other. Maybe it's something I would think about. If I use this leaf day in, day out, probably won't be a problem. I'm feeling a little more irritation here. It's slightly more aggressive razor. So a second pass on this isn't as comfortable as with the high proof. Oh. Yeah, reset there. And did I cut myself? No, I didn't. I'm good on that. I don't know what the influx of breaking double edges in half and shaving with them is for, but whatever. Alright, I'm getting a lot of irritation on this side. This one I don't have it. It is a much milder razor. So, for this round in these conditions, I'm going to give it, if we have to choose a winner, I'm going to give it the high proof. I took the Maxwell June out of the competition. I just didn't feel it was a fair contender for this. But you know, now we know. Now, does that mean that the leaf is any way bad? No, not at all. This thing is not going anywhere. I absolutely, enjoy the shades with this. Just for right now, head-to-head comparison, I'm going to give a little bit of leading edge to the high proof razor. My next test will be shaving other people with this. We get a lot of skin, high and tight, stuff like that we use the razor on. And I wonder, like, how much this thing going to clog up or what have you, shaving. I don't know. Will it? Will it be easy to keep clean? I don't know. We'll see. We're going to check it out. But so far, so good. Anyway, thanks for watching. We're going to go ahead and clean up here. And we're not going to use the gun. We're going to use I told you I was going to show you the label. Boom, look at that. It's like a spray paint graffiti. I don't get much from the soap itself. But my smeller's never been that great since COVID. 3 years ago, too. Whatever it was. Alright, gonna rinse off with some cool water. We'll throw an alarm on there. Why not torture ourselves, right? Oh, that's painful. Oh, we really pushed it. Of course, the hairs were a lot shorter, like I said. So the comfort of the longer hair shave that I usually get, it wasn't there. Let's see. Shake a quarter-sized amount into palm of hands. Rub the hands together and apply to face and neck. That looks about like a quarter and a half. There's a little bit of a paint smell. Doesn't last long. Kind of neat. I like it. It's not overpowering. I feel a slight cooling sensation. Let's see. Is there a little bit of peppermint or something in here? I don't see it. Aloe vera, witch hazel, and glycerin. There's a little bit of something in here. Hydrosols made in-house, added aftershave with the ability to support hydration. Alcohol tones and soothe the skin. Exit post-shave antiseptic. There's something in there. But anywho, thanks for watching. Bored you enough. Hopefully check out some of the vendors I mentioned. Send them some love and keep watching, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. I appreciate it. See you.